paranormal investigation and energy reading of the Madame Lalaurie mansion in New Orleans. I cannot wait to feed back about this one. Again, another really dark energy reading when I tuned into this property. Everything from demonic beings, angry earthbound spirits, black magic, bindings, SRA parties. Wow. So if you're new here, my name's Ash. I'm a spiritual therapist, and part of that involves paranormal investigations, both remotely and in person. I can tune in to the energy of a location or a person and find out a lot about that location or person. So these energy readings are for entertainment purposes only, just for a laugh. And if you have any locations you want me to do and look at, then pop it in the comments. So, New Orleans is said to be one of the most haunted places in the world, and the Madame Lalaurie mansion, which is in the French Quarters, is said to be one of the most haunted hotspots in New Orleans. A lot of the stories stem from Madame Delphine Lalaurie, who was born in 1787, and she owned the Lalaurie mansion in around the mid-1800s. There was a fire broke out at the property, and it was said that locals, upon inspecting the property, found that all of the slaves that she had kept at her property were extremely poorly treated. There was chambers, cages, just awful stuff. The locals, upon learning this, were really angry and were said to have driven Madame Lalaurie out of New Orleans, and nobody really knows what happened for the rest of her life, but the mansion has been a hotspot since. The Madame Lalaurie story and mansion was featured in American Horror Story Season 3, The Coven, and Madame Lalaurie was played by Kathy Bates. It's said that every owner of the Lalaurie mansion has had tragedies of some sort happen, and just a lot of misfortune and bad luck, that it's believed that the property is cursed. There's been reports of demon sightings in the house, robberies, and it was even an all-girls school at one point where there was a lot of reports of mistreatment. So upon connecting to the energy of the house, the first thing that I'm picking up is there's a lot of what we call earthbound spirits, a lot of angry earthbound spirits as well. So earthbound spirits are spirits who do not cross over towards the light when they pass over. So they remain kind of trapped in, we'll just say, the in-between worlds. I seen a chef, and clearly just people who have worked there at one point. There is also a powerful demonic being that resides at this property who has made a lot of deals over the years with the owners. So I would say that the vast majority of the owners are aware that this demonic being is there, including Madame Lalaurie. I was shown her making a lot of sacrifices to this demonic being in exchange for power, money, eternal youth, vitality. I was shown that there is a dark portal opened in this house as well. Now, a lot of the time I can clear the energy in properties, but I was not permitted to clear the energy of this property, because what that would tell me is a few things. So there is some sort of spell on the property or ritual that's been done to, which means that the energy can't be cleared of the property. It would also lead me to believe that the current owner does not want that property to be cleared, so make of that what you will. I was also shown over the years that this house has been used as a secret location for parties for the rich and famous, where there is satanic rituals being done and just some really awful dark goings on at this property. So upon researching, I seen that the property was actually owned by actor Nicolas Cage at one point. Make of that what you will. I was shown that Madame Lalaurie, for the rest of her life lived a very isolated life where she had misfortune after misfortune. I was showing her losing all her money at one point. So karma did catch up with her, and she has a lot of soul contracts with the dark side for this lifetime as well. I was also shown that Madame Lalaurie was what I would say a puppet, more of a puppet. There was high flying people around her who were involved in all of this as well, but she was more of a scapegoat is what I'm getting through, although an active scapegoat at that. But yeah, some really awful energy going on at this property. An interesting one for sure.